Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25 on Pallegney map. Right guys, as you can probably see, we're just in the process of swapping the tractors over because we do have our final two fields to harvest. Now, I'm going to admit, I am not exactly impressed that we're on to our third episode in the same month, still in August. But I will just point out to everybody who has said in the comments, I massively appreciate all the comments as well, guys. As Field 25 came as a little bit of a shock to us yesterday, I have also been informed that we also own 92 and 90, which I didn't actually expect to own those fields. So we're going to have to, well, I've actually been thinking about it, and what I'm thinking at the moment is I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, we actually look at selling one of those grass fields right now. We don't have the cows right now, and I'm thinking maybe 50 grand, 62 grand. So that field 9 is basically the equivalent of both of those fields. Now, I did technically want to sell stuff. Like, if I sold a field, I would buy one closer. But right now, as you can tell, we have only got £0 in the bank. We have literally run out of money because the worker, he didn't even finish that field with £1,000. And I did switch the baler out, guys. I basically just swapped it out and I got a really cheap one. But one thing I have done is I have noticed that there was quite a really cool mod, and it basically brings in all the default balers, but it does give them a larger capacity. And I was wondering, just wondering, see what you think of this. Maybe we swap for this little mini square baler, because one, we can pick them up by hand, and two, it does up to 9 times the size, basically. So the bale itself is the same size, but the weight itself becomes bigger by up to 9 times, because I know those are only teeny tiny bales. But yeah, what we're going to do today, guys, we are just going to quickly go. I'm thinking, I don't really know what's best to do right this second. I could go and put this harvester in a field. We're going to have to manually harvest it. I could maybe go sell 10 bales and we might get enough money to at least start the worker on with a wage. So I think I might just quickly pop 10, I say 10 bales, whatever bales I can get in here. This is a trailer we can swap into a bale trailer, but I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, we do have a weight somewhere. I'm almost sure we have a weight somewhere. I'm almost sure we've got a weight somewhere. I could have, for this exact reason, I did add a weight in here. Aha! I remember where I put it now. It is literally around this corner. I've probably seen an absolute bomb load of times. There it is. So what I'm thinking is, if we can get a little bit of money in the bank, I'm wondering if maybe we can just lease a round trailer. Now, I didn't really want to go mental on the leasing side of things on this map, but because field 25 basically starts with bales rather than like being a, you know, a field we can harvest, I'm just wondering if it's worth renting. Oh wow, that's literally going to fit like a couple of bales, and that's going to be it, isn't it? Well, surely it's got to put some money in the bank. If we can get enough money to maybe rent the trailer, then the like the auto pickup bale trailer, not the auto one, but you know, like the semi-auto one, the little, is it the Anderson trailer? If we can maybe get enough money to rent that, yeah. Now, one question, guys, I wanted to ask for some input. What do you guys possibly think about getting the oh, I'm lost for words. I'm always the same. The collectibles. Apparently there's quite a lot of collectibles. I was trying to work out what it was yesterday, but in the collectibles section it basically says we've got some supplies. If we go and find the posters on the wall, I already know where 2 of them are, just because I had to do some research into wondering why I had pallets in storage, and obviously we didn't exactly have anything. As you can see, this, if I end up doing this with a little tractor and moving bales like this one at a time, we're going to spend the next 10 streams emptying these alone. I think there is the equivalent of about 270,000 litres of straw. But what we'll do is we'll just get a few into this trailer for now. I'm trying to straighten that up right now. There we go. We can try and straighten that up there. But yeah, we need to be getting a mower, because if we are to deal with this grass. Now, I have tried to do it manually, and yeah, I know people are not a fan of super strength, but if I'm going to struggle, I just want to get that in there. Is that not going to let me put that in there? No, that is literally only going to let me take 3, which I don't think 3 is going to be more than enough. How much do we need to rent this trailer? The Anderson is a 50,000 capacity. Don't know. Where is then right now the best price for straw? It is at the animal dealer. It is not a good price. I'm trying to figure out which one's closest. Oh, that one's literally around the corner and it's only £1 less. This might just speed this job up. I could have put this into a bale trailer. I kind of wish I did now. I could have maybe got 2, 4, 6. I could have maybe got 12 bales on. I didn't realise how little I was going to get in. Because they're only a small bale, you don't think to yourself, oh, well, you know, you'll get more than you think in here. Yeah, you really don't. You really, really don't. That is on me for my mistake. Right, let's just get these into here, and we've just dropped the bale. Wow, that was not too bad actually. I am just going to do this, guys. I will try and improve on my loading skills. Like I said, I've not really played much farm sim in the last few months. Now, how much is it to rent that trailer? We still don't have enough money. Okay. Well, that sucks. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm probably just going to get maybe... hang on a minute. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the tractor back onto this. I kind of want to put the tractor back onto this, the little Massey, because I can take a bale on the fork as well. I'm wondering if it's worth doing that. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and I'm going to just get this field here. I'm going to do a couple of runs and I'll jump back in on the recording once I've got a little bit of extra money in the bank, and hopefully we can see if it's enough money to rent the bale trailer, because if we can rent the bale trailer just once, at least then we can put a worker on maybe and be able to go and get all the bales at the same time. I want to get out of August, guys. I have to get out of August today in this episode. Right. We have got £3,885 in the bank now. That took me maybe another 12 bales. We have technically cleared one of the fields. The reason why I had to do it the way I did it is because, as you can tell from the time that's passed, that took a long time for me. Like I say, my front loading skills are not very good. They never have been. It's one thing on the game that I've really always been like, oh, struggled with. But I have made a point of doing it with the front loader, to the point where we've now got £3,885 in the bank, which means that is enough money to go rent the trailer. Now, we don't really have much spare money to hire a worker just yet, but one trailer load of straw bales now should literally sort this. Round bales, 130 brake horsepower, which we have got, and we can lease this for £2,550. So although saying that is quite a bit of money actually in the bank. I was thinking it was only going to leave me about £500 in the bank. It's going to leave me 13. So yeah, maybe we could go and get a worker on. But to be honest, right now, because of the amount of harvesting we have done in this month, I do just want to quickly go around and pick up a load of bales. We do really need to get some money as well, because at the end of the day we need to get this this harvesting season sorted. Sorry, I was just looking on the mini map, getting a bit confused there. I was trying to make sure that I didn't need to go down that road to get to my field. So what we've got right now, we've got field 31, which is here. We've got field 25 and we've got field 9 at the moment. Right now, we're just going to quickly go and get field 25 and field number 9. We are going to, as a few of you have pointed out, you know, it is maybe worth getting rid of field 25. So we will look at shifting field 25 pretty much straight away, which will give us some money in the bank. And I'm hoping that money might be able to buy us this trailer. Like, I don't want to lease very often unless I'm really desperate. I did say we weren't going to lease, but that trailer wasn't going to move as many bales as I needed to. Field 25 was part of the reason for that. I didn't realise that was just a field full of bales, to be honest. Actually, I didn't even know we owned field 25 when we first noticed and started playing this map. It's weird because I spent so long just going around the map and just looking at it, and I never once realised, like, oh, we own this field. Yeah, if we get into field 25 right now, we get this one picked up here. Maybe put this into maybe a little bit of a time lapse, really, kind of, so you guys can see what we're going to get from this. That might be a good idea. I don't know how many bales we're going to get on this field. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best thing we can do. It helps if you don't press the wrong control map. Come on. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Bloody steering wheel. But yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, we're going to get this music turned up a little bit. We're going to get this turned into a time lapse and probably bring it back when we have a trailer full. Right, there we go, guys. I thought that would be the best place to end that time lapse, because I had a feeling we were going to have some issues with speed, and I wasn't wrong. I was trying to, I know everyone's going to be like, oh, you know, we've just seen you crash. I tried to take as much speed into that bridge as humanly possible, because I knew that hill there was going to be a bit of an issue, and it just didn't work. And I ended up having to, I had to do it the old-fashioned way with some super strength, because it just wasn't going to work. Right, this is our first trailer load then, guys. This should give us a massive amount of money, and I think this is going to work rather well. Let's just get that up into there. You know, we've still got a lot of harvesting to go. We've now got £7,000 in the bank, and we have now officially completed field 25. We are going to sell it. We are going to look at bringing this money back into the farm closer. Here, now 32, 33, 34. Do you know what? Maybe 16 down here, because I do like that field there. That will give us 10 grand in the bank. We don't have enough for that one. We definitely don't have enough for that one just yet. But we do need to also get some mowing equipment, because we need to do field 92 and field 90 as well. Now, is there another way out of here? Yes, there is. I was going to say I am not going to make that turn otherwise. But yeah, we do now have enough money in the bank to get a worker on with the harvester. And I think right now that is worth doing. Right now, I think. I do have a question though, guys, and I'm hoping someone in the comments will be able to answer me this question. I have found a problem with the AI worker system. When I put an AI worker system on, I had to manually cancel the worker because he filled up the harvester on the wrong side. But then when I tried to put the AI worker back on, he was just wanted to start from the very beginning again, which obviously, you know, he was halfway through the field. Is that how the new AI system is, or have I done something and missed something? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Let me know below, guys, because I did find it very annoying that I couldn't seem to manage to put my worker back on. We're gonna do 3 headlands here. Let's start work on the headlands. I don't know which way he's gonna go, and we're gonna just leave him to do that while we go get some bales. There's enough money in the bank for him to do that. And I say we have still got this field to finish picking up these bales, and we do have to get the bales off our other field. That field there will also need baling, so I don't know. We might not bale that field, although at the moment it's money, and we don't have a lot of money on this game. I know we've got £70,000 in the bank. You know, if I sell a field, I feel like we should buy a field. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a catch-22 at the moment. I didn't plan on owning field 25, which I wouldn't have bought that field otherwise. But I don't feel like selling it instantly. We've done nothing to it, and we've made 70 grand. You know what I mean? I'm not very happy with like how that is. Yeah, I think the best thing I can do again right now, guys, is to put this into another little time lapse, because, well, getting the bales is not the quickest. We do only just have 10 brake horsepower more than the requirement, so we're not the quickest getting these bales. Maybe bring us back with another trailer load and kind of see where we are. Hopefully that's going to I've done it again. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's worth doing that, so we can just kind of skip along just a little bit. Hopefully that field might have been finished harvesting as well. You never know. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the music turned back up, and we're going to get the bales off the 2 fields that we do already have. another trailer load, and we still have a few straw bales there. There's not a lot, but now the question is, do we bale the field up of all the other straw and then sell extra straw, or do we just, you know, I don't want to keep this trailer for long. That's the problem. That's our biggest problem. If the longer we keep the trailer, the more money it costs. I kind of want to buy the trailer, but this tractor is really struggling, and we are not in any position anytime soon to buy a new trailer, that's for sure. We'll have a little screenshot there because I think that looks really cool. There we go. There we go. That is not bad. Yeah, apart from a handful of bales now on our farm, which we can move them manually, to be fair. Come on, trailer, because I really need you to fold up. Yeah, we're not like desperate for straw right now. That's the problem, but I'm also not overly happy with the baler actually. Come on, car. You pull out on me and then kind of slow down a little bit. I'm gonna get French road rage. Yeah, well, don't be overtaking me. I need a wide turning circle. I'm a wide load. No, I'm not. I'm a long load, aren't I? Not a wide load. There we go. Yeah, I don't really feel like we need to have this trailer now. I don't think so. I think that's maybe something we can look at. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do right now. Then, guys, we're gonna manually finish this. Look at the mess of this harvester's making with the straw. And I think that was another reason for the issues yesterday with the baler. Actually, I think it was just really struggling because of how it needed swathing, basically. Let's be honest, it needed tidying up. Right, we are 50% full on this, so we will need to be looking at bringing the trailer down very soon. This has yielded quite well, actually. We'll tidy up the edges and that when we get a chance. I don't think we really need to be getting this straw. I don't know. I think, to be honest, if we do get the straw, we're going to have to maybe look at getting a windrow and kind of tidy it up. We need a windrow anyway, guys, for the grass field. So we don't have a tractor with a front 3-point, so we can't get a front mower and then just put the baler on the back. That's a nice little trick I like to do. Kind of speeds things up a little bit, but yeah, we don't even remotely have the power for that. Yeah, I'd like to get both these fields finished today, because at the end of the day, we've been in this month for 3 episodes now, and I'm getting sick of being in them. Like I said, I didn't plan on having so many fields. You know what I mean? It's kind of caught me off having all these different fields, and field 25 was massive. Let's be honest. That's why I'm thinking of selling the 2 grass fields it's given us and starting and changing 25 into a grass field. It makes sense to do that. Don't need to be scouring all over the map for different fields with different equipment. This is a nice field for like wheat and barley. This is a perfect size field for the chickens. What we've got now, 70% in this field. Might double there, depending on the yield of this field actually. But you know, this would give us straw for the cows. A field this size, it would give us enough wheat or barley for said chickens. So it's. I don't think we're gonna really need a chicken feed field much bigger than this one. these swaths of straws are absolutely enormous. And I think that's what the original baler was struggling with yesterday. I think our new baler is a smaller capacity as well, which, if it is, guys, we really need to be changing that baler again. When we were getting the bales a minute ago, we were getting, some were 3,000, some were 5,000, so we've got to be looking at the capacity of our baler, because at 3,000 it just means there's going to be even more bales to pick up. If our new baler is the 5,000 capacity, then brilliant, less bales. Same amount of straw, just in less bales. I'm not going to make that turn there. So what we're going to just quickly do, we're just going to quickly nip around that edge there. Get that little bit just there. Beautiful. Up that way there, start that, lower that, and away we go. Yeah, just a tiny little bit there to do, and into the other field we go, which again we might get that on a worker. I need to look into this baler situation. If I get that little square baler with like a 9 times capacity, it means they'll be pick-upable, and we can throw them actually into our little trailer anyway. I don't know, I'm trying, I never use that little baler, that's the problem. And there we go. Let's just get this over here. Get it ready to empty, and we're going to need to bring down, I think it's going to have to be the little Massey. Tell you one thing though, our trailer will not connect to this weight, guys. When I did the jump cut, I tried to connect the trailer to the weight, and obviously because it's got the other connection, it just wouldn't. And to be honest, I could have sold some of the bales a lot faster if this trailer had a ring connector rather than a ball connector. It would have made all the difference. Just gonna put that out there. But yeah, as soon as something comes up in the store, we might look at something as a replacement for the trailer. The trailer's not a bad trailer. I just want to point that out. It's just kind of got the wrong connector. Although I tell you what, I have just noticed on the back of this trailer, there's another ball connector. We can connect 2 trailers. Technically, we can connect as many as we want. Maybe we do keep the trailers. Maybe we keep the trailer and convert it into a bale trailer. You get 2 or 3 of them, you get 12 bales on each trailer. There we go. We'll get that over there. I think that is a canola field, isn't it? It is. It definitely is. But yeah, if we can get this field done, at least that puts us on with a good, a good position. We'll maybe be in September in the next episode. I might bail 21 and 19 off stream. I'm not off stream, off recording. That's because I've been streaming lately. I haven't really decided, but I think while we wait, we got this one. Oh, it doesn't say what size bale. Right, okay, there we go. The SIPMA is what we had before. 3,000. So our new class baler is 5,000. So that's actually a little bit better for us. What we're going to do as well, we're just going to get this onto here. We're going to put him onto a worker to get him started. If the menu comes up, there we go. And we'll go and dump this into this Silo. Yeah, sorry if I'm trying to think of words and stuff. It's just I'm also trying to concentrate and trying to not crash, and sometimes I do forget words. It's always been a thing of mine, is forgetting words. But thank you to everybody as well, guys, who has been commenting on the series up to now. I do try and read, well, I do read every single comment. If I don't know what to put back to you, or the suggestions being done, or we're already going to look at doing that kind of thing, you know, I will just give it like a little thumbs up or a little love hearty like reaction. You know, I do make a point of reading all the comments. We're not a massive channel, so you know, the least I can do is reply to everybody who does actually, you know, and read and acknowledge that I've read the comments to everybody who comments. There we go. Just done that in there. I can't believe that can have another trailer. I'm tempted about actually buying another one of these trailers. I don't think it was a very expensive trailer. I made a point of, yeah, it's that one there. Although, to be fair with you, that one holds more capacity, and it's got the right size trailer. It's got the right size connector there. It can, right, so maybe we need to be looking at this one. Bale trailer and 8 meters. So that technically is more than that one. I'm just wondering more why we had 2 of them. That does 15,000 capacity. It's got a pull there, but we can't put a second trailer onto that. Maybe we look at the Farm Tech trailers then, guys. Maybe the Farm Tech trailer will be a lot better for us. It's more the connector on the trailer that I'm fancying more than anything else. Tell you what we do need though, we need to be looking at a mower, and we're going to need, we need a plough, but we're also going to need a cultivator. So this doesn't, so this needs cultivating. This needs wow, 2 fields not need ploughing. Can I just jump over here? This needs ploughing, so we need a plough and we need a cultivator. Let's just go over here. This needs apparently rolling. So that doesn't need ploughing either. Okay, strange. So we've got 1 field needs ploughing. What's this one? Weeds are growing and rolling. Right, okay. Okay, so we need to buy a cultivator and we need to buy a plough. We already know what plough we're going to buy. We also need to buy a mower. But I'm kind of going to have a little look. But we're going to kind of wait till we're in the next month to buy. Because you never know, something might come up in the shop. I'm not saying it will. We don't cheat with the shop. We do have the mod for extra items in the shop. Like the Batwing mower here. £40,000. I'm not being funny, but that's a nice wide mower. It doesn't need a lot of power. It's 7 meters wide, so we won't be taking forever doing mowing contracts. Like otherwise, we're going to be looking at 4.4 meters, which is half that. I know it's technically double the price, but I think the Batwing is going to be the best. So let me know in the comments below as well, guys, if we get the Samaz, the Kuhn GMD 4411 or the Batwing. I personally think we go for the Batwing. I know it's a lot of money, but I do think we should go for the Batwing. Just because it's I jumped into this for a reason, so I could bring it down. Yeah, I do think we should go for the Batwing. I really, really do. So we've got 2 relatively big grass fields to cut. So I think it's time to, and if we do field 25 as grass, we don't want to be doing that 4 meters at a time. We just did 4 meters at a time with the harvester. That took a long time to do. So imagine grassing it and baling it and everything else in general. So we definitely want something wider than 4 meters, I think. But if you guys say no, start small, then we'll start small. Yeah, I might just bail this up off recording. Just because that's going to take a while. I'm looking for my harvester. Has my harvester got stuck? Nope. Just wondering. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take over, but I'm going to wait for him just to get out of the crop there, so that he's not actually going to damage it, because the worker doesn't really damage the crop with it. Right, let's take over from this job. I think this is going to take a few minutes to do. Might be a bit of a longer episode. I'll do my best to try and keep them to around 30 to 40 minutes. 40's kind of the longer version. There might be the odd one a bit longer than that, depending on what fields and stuff we do. Like if we're doing, like, say, a massive contract and it took an hour including time lapse, then obviously, say, an episode might be an hour long. I don't like to leave them over long, because I know some people, including myself, sometimes just doesn't have a spare hour in a day. And like I say, I'm eternally grateful for everybody who watches the videos and the series in general. And the last thing I want to do is be able to, you know, force people to not watch because I don't have enough time to watch. Definitely feel like we could do with bailing this up. I don't even think we'll sell it, because we do want to get cows, guys. We do want to get cows. The question we've got at the moment is, when we buy cows, when do we buy? Do we buy cows with the money from field 25? There's another question, guys. Do we buy cows with the money from field 25? Yes, we might not be putting it into another field, but we will be putting it into the cows. We could spend the exact amount of money, or as close as possible, and buy cows. Obviously, we're going to have to buy a mower first. I just want to point that out. Otherwise, we won't be able to cut our grass otherwise. This is filling up rather well, actually. 47% on the harvester already. And we've done basically not quite 2 headlands. That is actually really, really good value, you know, a good yield. Good value, a good yield. But then obviously if we sell this at the right time, we will get good value for it and a good price. It's just this starting month where we didn't start with a lot of money, and I think that's maybe where we went a little wrong. But I also didn't plan on the wages on the game, and that was purely a me error, because normally I have like cosplay and I have mods that kind of lower the wage to a more realistic standpoint. So let's be fair, who gets paid £1,000 an hour driving a harvester? Come on, nobody gets paid that. I did kind of maybe mess up with the starting money, but I don't like to start with a lot of money, because it means you have to sell stuff at a lower price, so that you have to, you know, you have to make these decisions. You have to get the community involved in, right guys, we haven't got much money, what do we do here, what do we do there? And that's one of the reasons why I like to do it that way. But I do think in the next episode, guys, we will be in September. Episode 4 will be September, but I will bail this off recording and stuff, because you've seen me bail, guys. You've seen me pick up some bales. I might send the bale, well, I will send the bale trailer back. We don't need to be keeping a bale trailer for no reason, because I will just move the few bales we get from this field manually. Because if I'm not recording, I can take my time to do it and just do it with the front loader. At one point when I was doing those bales at the start of the episode, I was actually, you know, and I jump cut to it. I ended up actually putting 3 bales on the forklift, on the front loader, because if I could only put 3 bales in the trailer, I could take 3 bales on the forks, like. So I ended up just doing it like that, and it was actually a little bit quicker because I didn't have to worry about them falling out of the trailer. But if we had to move like 50 bales manually, oh my god, yeah, that would just take forever. We'd still be doing it in 10 episodes time. Okay, apparently I lifted up my header and I've just lost quite a bit of crop. So there was a user error. This is taking, if I'd have known it was going to take so long, I would have put this into a little time lapse. I thought we might have got this done just a little bit quicker than we did do. I'm not even worrying. I'll just drive over the entire field with the baler. But let me know about the baler, guys, if you think we should maybe get use the larger capacity mod and get the little square baler. I know you can't hold a lot of on the small square ones to begin with, but if we use that mod, we've never used the small square baler because it's just too small, to be honest. Or do we just keep the little round class that we've got now? Let me know what you think we should do. I will get rid of the mod anyway. I wanted to just to install it, and I was kind of hoping it was going to override the mods, but it did actually bring the mods in again for the modded version. I'm not overly bothered, it's just let me know what you think is going to be best. Right, and there we go. We've got this tiny little bit to do, guys, and we are then done. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, this is so slow, but yes, we are not filling the harvest on both of these fields, so that's nice to see. It means we can leave the worker going on this field. Come on, and reverse. There we go. Beautiful. All done, all tidy. So we're going to put this into the silo, guys, and as I say, I'm basically going to build this field. And that one over there, I might sell it, so the money in the bank might be a little bit different in the next episode. I suppose it depends how many bales we get from this. If we only got like 5 on each field, then we might keep them for the cows. Yeah, we might do. But let me know what we should do with field 25 money. Do we put it into a new field, or do we buy cows so we can get the cows up and running kind of straight away? But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and until the next episode, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.